Hello, welcome into the form where this week Trentham will be our main focus with the listed Rangatiki Cup, but we also look forward to Te Rapa and Queensland heats up as well. So to talk you through all of the action, our main team back in, Bevan Sweeney, Aidan Rodley and Leith Innes, and here's what's coming up on the agenda. We'll start with the listed feature out of Trentham, our race trackers, the Te Rapa preview there, picking out the best races on the program, the Doomben 10,000 featuring I Wish I Win, and our best bets will complete the show. Our feature is from Trentham. It's the Rangatiki listed cup. So I'll say hello to you, Bevan Sweeney. Weather and track conditions, we've had a bit of rain around. What are we expecting down your way?
Hello Pip, hello team. Looking forward to Saturday. Of course, a meeting transferred from Awapuni as they continue the renovation, and it's one of the historic races for the Rangatiki Club, the James Bull Rangatiki Cup. It's a soft 7 at the present moment. There is very little rain in the forecast over the next couple of days, but as we all know, it does sit in that valley. Coming across this morning, it was pea soup fog, so I don't expect a lot of drying, Pip. Soft 7 should be about it. It might just tick into the soft 6, but it'll be in that soft range for sure. Okay, well, let's take a look at the market. There's a few chances in there for Alan Sharrock, who of course took it out last time. Ellington Lass heads the betting at $3.20. Sumi at $6.50. Then you've got Channel Surfer at $7 and Lightning Jack, the only other runner in single figures, currently at $9.50. And of course gets underway just before 3:30 on Saturday with Just Ask Me. They've taken this race out previously at $21. Let's unpack some form now, and we'll take you back to a key lead-in race here. What did you make, firstly, Bevan, of the run from Ellington Lass? Well, firstly, when I saw 320 put up about Islington Lass, I had to take a second glance, and of course you can get the odd surge. She was outstanding this day. Mr. Mojo Rising had every advantage. He's a sharp horse, and she was spectacular late here. Lincoln Falls is hitting some pretty good form as well, but reverse the draws or just even the draws up, and Islington Lass wins this race by a margin. She was very good, fresh up. I think, Leith, that they've offered some really, really nice value on a horse who I think may just have a class factor on this field.
Yeah, look, old Just Ask Me's doing a great job for the Sharrock stable, pushing those weights down. She gets in with 53 kilos. Michael McNabb's won on her 3 times. Look, she loves that soft going as well. Look, Mr. Mojo Rising, like you said, he had an easy time up front, and he is a good horse as well. But if she had half a decent draw, she would have beaten him.
Yeah, there's some nice enough runs in behind them, but Islington Lass is a horse you want to be following out of that race. I totally agree with Bevan. Had this horse not drawn wide, got a softer run, then I think it would have been a lot closer to Mr. Mojo Rising. Lightning Jack was okay, so too was Lincoln Falls just in behind them. Rockburn wasn't too bad there either, so the rough chances to get in behind Islington Lass for mine. Stablemate of the favourite, Sumi's on the 7-day backup. This was just a sit sprint. Lisa Allpress dominated this race with Rocket Baby from the front at New Plymouth. Sumi seemed to be travelling beautifully on the bend, but they've just gone so slow. In a sit sprint, I thought the effort had merit. Leith, the question is the 7-day backup.
Yeah, 7-day backup. I think I'm not sure Ashman's riding instructions, but he probably knew that Rocket Baby was going to be in front. He probably should have just sat outside the leader, and look, it turned into a really sprint home, and look, even though she had every chance to run down the winner, sectionally she couldn't. It was probably a better run than it looked.
I just throw that one in the bin, to be honest with you, because once Rocket Baby led up, Sumi had no chance. Yeah, should have gone and sat outside Rocket Baby because Lisa just dominated that race. And let's be fair, Rocket Baby's a decent type of horse. And kicked really, really strong. I think it's actually for sale, Rocket Baby, speaking to the owner afterwards. But Sumi is taking a little bit to wind up in her races. They run 3 starts ago. She's just taking that moment to get there. So Trentham, you'd think, would suit her down to the ground. She's placed 4 or 6 there in a stronger run race from a decent sort of draw. She's going to be an each-way player. Channel Surfer adds a little bit of interest to this particular race as well. Gee, how good was Snazzy Tabby this day? But Channel Surfer, he's won 3 of 20, but he should have won more, and he does find himself in some pretty tight sort of positions, Leith. And like, the concern around him is his head carriage is not quite there yet. He sort of hasn't polished up as maybe we'd expected, but he is racing very well.
Yeah, he's another one. He's gifted at the weights at 53 kilos. He's one of those horses, he doesn't jump out that great. From barrier 1, hopefully Billy can just get him out of those gates a little bit better and have him, 3 back on the rails. He is very honest, he's going well. He's definitely top 3 play.
Yeah, absolutely. He's Group 1 place, really good run in that Easter handicap. Big Time just asked me, who's getting deeper into preparation. He's starting to get us interested heading into that Ag Challenge Stakes at the beginning of June. Blinkers go on with Just Ask Me, but he still probably needs to improve a touch. Channel Surf is definitely a chance on his best form. Bevan, the question is Rocker Baby still available after that conversation with you and the owner?
I don't have it. I don't have it in the bin, mate, with a couple of kids at private school. Top selection, A-Rod, and you might be able to get some school fees out of Islington Lass on Saturday. You can get an odds surge on Islington Lass to 3.7 at the time of recording this program. I just think that's incredible sort of money. I think she's got a class edge. Maybe it's today. She's out for 2 weeks, and then I expect you to see her in the spring. Aidan, you mentioned Just Ask Me. His day's coming very, very soon. I think Lincoln Falls is going really nicely as well, and I've always got big respect for Lightning Jack.
Yeah, I like the odd surge as well. Bevan, I'm all over it. She's got a little bit of a tricky gate 14, but Michael knows her. He's had 6 rides on her for 3 wins and 2 placings. She's won on the course. She loves the soft track. Yeah, I think she's a great bet at 370.
Yeah, I'd spoken to Michael a little bit, and he said no more 53s for me for the rest of the season. And next thing, he's down to 53 for this mare, which just shows his opinion of her. She's a very good chance in the Rangatiki Gold Cup, Pip, and yep, I'll be uniform with the boys.
Yeah, why not? Everyone in agreement with the listed Rangatiki Cup as we now move on to the happy 80th birthday Gary Chittick. Small little field race number 2 over the 1100 metres. Babylon Berlin, $1.60 favourite. We Will Rock and behind it $2.70, and then you've got Bold Bell at $9.50. Let's highlight our favourite, take you back to the trials with the horse coming in back and fresh. Bevan, this is what you want to see from her.
Yeah, well, she always does this at the trials generally. I just don't know about the price with the horse. That has been highlighted that it's had a wind up since its last start, but she put him away. She's very quick and she's very good fresh. Just whether you want to shop that price against We Will Rock, who's up and running, 3 runs in and very good, winning his last start performance. But Leith, you've got to respect a Group 1 quality sprinter when she comes back to the races. It's an interesting thing that she's come all the way to Wellington to run in this particular race, though.
Yeah, especially at this time of year. So there must be a little bit of concern, you know, how she's come through that wind operation. Obviously, she looked super at the trials. It was only a trial, but look, I definitely had my faith in Ben Foot and the Sun Ryan. So, look, she's got 2 kilos of her back with Ace Lawson. Her fresh up record's massive. She said, you know, 6 starts for 3 wins and a placing. So, $1.60 a little bit short for me, though.
Geez, I don't know, like the only other time she's been to Trentham, she's just about beaten Levante. And yes, we're hearing about this wind operation. That was probably what sort of kept her out of those late summer features. Then she had that eye problem that, you know, she was pretty close to losing an eye by all accounts, or at least losing her sight. But she's got over that. So maybe it's just around timing. They just wanted to get her up and running again. So it's either now a couple of extra runs, or potentially we might see her at the Brisbane Winter Carnival. So, you know, I'm not going to be writing her off, but geez, this could have been a telegraph, couldn't it? Because Guy Lowry's won a couple. He's getting We Will Rock back after the fresh up run over the 1200 metres, where We Will Rock was maybe just underdone. But here's another chance to familiarise this horse with the dog leg of the telegraph, and now 4th up, and we knew this would happen, Leith. The horse would build into fitness, and we know the class is there. So he's a worthy rival for Babylon Berlin, and by the sounds of things, you boys are maybe thinking that the price might even up a bit.
Yeah, I like him. I think even though he's had that one miss at Trentham, the best plus for me is Jonathan Riddell's on him. He's won on him 3 times. He gets on really well with him. He's a hard horse to ride. He's got a few tricks, but being a small field, I think Jonathan can probably control the speed up front.
Well, he's going to sit right on speed. Babylon Berlin leads and Jonathan's just going to sit on the outside. It's going to be a real pressure chest, and there's no way I'm riding off Babylon Berlin. Her best version would win. There's just a couple of question marks. So I'm going to go with the horse that's up and running. I thought he was brilliant at Wanganui. They punted another horse in that race, and you got an outstanding price, and he powered up that day. And when he gets into good form, this horse, he'll keep on rocking and rolling. I think he's going to be in the right spot at the right price for me, so he's on top.
Yeah, I've got him on top as well. You know, he's 4th start and he's rock hard fit. Look, a little question mark at Wellington, but, you know, I did miss that race when it was really disappointing fresh up this season. Rocker Baby, he ran second to him last start, so the form's pretty good as well.
I'm going to go against you, boys. I'm going to go with the class mare of the field. We saw from the trial that she can just get out and roll. I expect Ace Lawson Carroll. It's only 2.5 kilogram difference, and we know what she's done. She's run second placings in railways and behind Imperatriz, nearly beat Imperatriz that day, nearly beat Levante in that Telegraph. A very good form. Handles all track conditions as well. I just think she'll just roll them along and just be far too fast for them. So, you respect around We Will Rock, but at the weights, I thought Babylon Berlin was a worthy favourite.
Thanks, Aidan. A little bit split there. Either way, they do look the Quinella, and that completes our Trentham preview. Don't forget, too, all races out of Trentham, you have the odds surge to get involved with the New Zealand TAB. And the first race from Trentham on Saturday gets underway 12:05, trackside 1. Time for our race trackers. Make sure you note these ones down in your black book. Leith, we'll start with you as usual. Who's your race tracker?
Yeah, I'm going to go the Tiny Pike train runner Elude. He won it pretty easy at Taranaki, 1400 metre race. Least also all press controlled the speed. He's got a liking to the heavy track. I think he's one to follow in the winter. His next race is at 1st of June at Wanganui in a 3-year-old mile race. So there's a little bit to like about him. He's had a trip away as well, so yeah, keep an eye on him.
I'm taking you back to Wanganui midweek and a horse in the little Avondale colours, IGG. Now, just got back in an awkward position, and while other horses were going around, this horse was just held up and behind them. You can see the little Avondale colours there. Winners come round. This particular horse, Graham John, out wide and often gone. And Stipulate does have good ability when he gets it right, but I thought the last part of this horse's race was very, very good to suggest that it isn't too far away from a second win.
Yeah, colours that are flying too, aren't they, at the moment? Let's have a look at this horse, Miss Pearl, down the outside. A really nice performance. Finishes into second spot, runs the quickest last. 800, 600, 400, 200 of this race against the pattern of this race, which was definitely to favour those on speed. Heidi High was good in winning the race, but Miss Pearl was excellent, and I want to be on her next time round.
And I'm going to take you to a debutante for Gary Cleve. Wins the qualifying trial here in a really quick time, 17:15. Runs around in a maiden heat over the 520 metres on Friday. It's actually a litter that I think you should follow. The Kennelmates come up in the second heat for the day. Does actually come up against one of my other race trackers, Virginia Day Fahey on debut, the younger sister to a power superstar. I think they'll be running the Quinella in the heat, but a real litter, got relations to No Keeper in there to follow. So true ability for me for Gary Cleve. Here's a summary. Make sure you note them down in the black book on the new TAB website, and hopefully we've found you a winner or two. Our other domestic meeting on Saturday is in the Waikato at Te Rapa, so we'll head back to you, Aidan. What weather and track conditions can we expect? Because we've had some rain around.
Yeah, we sure have, and even Thursday morning it's being wet as well. The next couple of days are actually okay, so we will hopefully remain in this soft 7 bracket, although just how much rain we do get on Thursday will have a fair bearing on that. If we get to the heavy range, as we saw at that last meeting, the track played pretty well.
Certainly did. Well, the first race we want to touch on is race number 5 on the program. This is the Dunstan Horse Feeds over the 1,300 metres. Freeze Frame heads the betting at 380. Then you've got Turn the Ace, both of them last start winners at 420. Dusty Road at $5 and Malt Time at $5.50. Let's take you back to Freeze Frame, Aidan, and boy, this was a great performance and a bit of form coming out of this now.
Yeah, absolutely. The second horse is Carmen Line. He's come out and won the Orotoro Challenge Stakes, and the third horse home is Sumi, who we've just seen run a luckless second at New Plymouth. So going really nicely, gets into this on a nice weight as well as won 2 of the last 4. Warren Kennedy does the riding for the Walker Burgesson team, and what I really liked was the last little bit of this race, Leith.
Yeah, exactly. I think Warren really suits this horse now. He knows him. He's one of those horses, sometimes he used to get there and hit the front a little bit too soon. So I think Warren knows now he's just got to ride him a little bit unlucky and get there late.
I thought the ride was fantastic. Needed a little bit of luck, but he got through at the right moments. They just got to the front too early on Carmen Line on that day. It was in front at the top of the straight and just sitting duck, and sometimes Carmelina doesn't concentrate with Cyril. The other day with just that little weaving run and getting there late in the race. I didn't mind Reese, and that is next up into this performance at $13. Thought it was going nicely, but freeze frame where you can't doubt the form. It'll need a similar sort of ride to get it home on Saturday, but it has to be right in the market. But there is an absolute trick specialist in this race, and there's always that weight niggle when you continue to win. And this was very good fresh up. It has to go up 3 kilos, turn the ace from the 56.5 up to the 59.5. Opie Bosson goes aboard on Saturday, which is no loss, clearly, with Nebba doing the riding on this day. But look, when they fly a particular course, I just keep on backing them, Leith, because they just seem to grow another league when they have statistics like this.
Yeah, exactly. He's won 6 times there from 11 starts. So, look, Opie on this week. He goes up a little bit of weight. He's 59.5, but, you know, you've got Opie on to navigate. He'll get across and get a lead somewhere. And, look, like you said, he's in top form. His second up record's just as good as well.
Yeah, for a horse of this quality, I don't think the 59.5 is too much of an issue, because you would have thought had he been the clear toppy in the race, he'd been carrying 62 and they would have been forced to claim. So Opie aboard with the front runner who's won 4 of 10 on the track. Yeah, I thought Turn the Ace was awfully hard to beat here. Another horse who I really did give a lot of thought to was Dusty Road. This is the trial performance, and it's a good one as well, because we see in behind the likes of La Creek and Gospodin and company. So a really nice performance from one who was winning a trial last preparation, then winning first up at Tauranga. Remember the run in the, was it the Ritual Mile or one of those good races? A horse of real quality.
Yeah, he's really underrated, isn't he? He goes well fresh as well. He trialled up super, so Moki Cameron will have him ready for this race on Saturday. 1,300 metres will suit him as well.
I think the track conditions will play the most important part for Dusty Road. If it is in a heavy state, then it brings this horse right into it. It'll jump and put itself right in the race. I still do prefer Turn the Ace, though, because I think this horse just has the record there. So that's going to be my top selection. I think he jumps across from a wide draw. Opie Bosson aboard. He'll control this, and from there, I can see him continuing on his winning way at Te Rapa.
Yep, I'm on the same page. Bevan, I've gone with Turn the Ace on top as well. Just like it, then when you've got a good senior rider who will rate this horse the right way, as we saw last time out. So Turn the Ace for mine, but Leith, I'm picking you going against us.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to go freeze frame. I just think the 4 kilo swing, Warren Kennedy on. I know he's drawn the outside gate, but I think by this time of the day, I think the track's going to be playing probably in the middle, and if Warren gets there late, I think he can just nab Opie on the post.
There you go, both the guys with the in-form runners, Turn the Ace and freeze frame. As we move on now to race number 6, this is the PGG Wrights and Grain over the 2,100 metres, headed by Solidify for Team Rogerson at 260. You've got Blue Sky at Night, who also was a last start winner on the track at 5s, Pop the Bubbles at $5.50 and Black Queen at $6.50. That's what the market is currently doing. Let's take you back to some form, and we'll highlight Solidify first. Over the shorter trip of the mile here, Aidan, how did you assess his run?
Oh, I really like this horse. A horse who really hasn't put too many bad runs together. Only a couple of starts back was running second in a championship stakes. Last time out, very good at Te Rapa. I just think there's so much to like about him. He's quality. He's been beaten by one who's obviously primed to get to Brisbane. So I think there's further improvement out of him going into this, Leith.
Yeah, exactly. I think the best thing about it was Sam was having her first ride on the horse as well, and he's not the easiest horse to ride. He's got a few little tricks, but you know, he's got the perfect draw this week with Sam. He can just be a little bit handier. First time over ground for a while, and he looks like a top chance for me.
Yeah, Redwood can throw a decent horse, and I really do think with even further time that this horse is going to get into some really serious races next season. He is so honest, and he puts himself in the races, and he doesn't throw it away. He's a horse from a decent gate with a rider, Sam Spratt. What a season she's had this year. It's been such a big season compared to maybe the last couple of seasons where she's had injuries and other things, but she's been absolutely low-flying, Sam, so really do like Solidify as a chance. Blue Sky at Night, though, might be the biggest challenger. Fresh up this preparation after finishing off nicely through the back end of last preparation without winning. I'm still not convinced. You can see how far they're spread across the track. It might be this way again on Saturday, Leith. It was a great effort to get home But it's a slow time for Te Rapa, clearly at 1:39 for the 1600 metres. Stepping up to 2100 metres, it looks as though it'll run through that easily.
Huge training effort by Shelley Hull. He hadn't raced for four months, and to win fresh up, look, it was a good effort. It's got backing up though from last week, so if that was a little bit of a problem, I certainly wouldn't doubt Shelley's training ability. But it's hard to back up a week later into a 2100 metre race.
I think it's actually too late. I think that was actually a couple of weeks ago, so it's probably just giving the horse a little bit extra time to get past it, but to replicate that run won't be easy. It was a massive performance coming from as far back as she did. Outside that, Debbie Belford's going really well, looking for a third win, and Black Queen's a horse of interest coming back from Australia, but I have gone with Solidify on top, just liking the body of work and knowing the absolute peak of this horse. I think just could be too good, but like you say, it might need the right ride, Leith.
Yeah, he's got 59 kilos, but he is the class horse of the race. Sam knows him now. I think he's going to be awfully hard to beat. A little bit short, but I think he'll be going very close to winning.
Yeah, that's the only negative. Too short for mine to really have a bet at that sort of price, Solidify. But again, like the boys, it will be my top selection in the race, Solidify. Blue Sky at Night, very, very good. And look, outside of that, I agree with the Aidan with Black Queen might be a bit of a smoke in the race, but Solidify, I think a good horse in the making and better when we see next preparation. And
he certainly won't mind if there's any rain about as we turn the page now and move on to race number 7 on the card, the Jones Trucking over the 1400 metres. Gosh, it's open. The market reflects that. You've got Sterling at $5.50, Little Bit of Love, who was a winner in this company last start at $6.50, Cindy Falls, Francie, Neighbourhood, all around that $6.50, $7 quote. So let's take you back to one of the key lead-in races. A bit to unpack here, Aidan. Who caught your eye out of this race?
Well, there's a horse I think we were all going for best bets here, and I thought Urban Myth ran very, very well indeed, so I'll be sticking with that again at $12. But take nothing away from Little Bit of Love, who's going well. I think the claim's all important here. Neighbourhood was really good into second, and Sulabella okay into third as well. I thought the best part, look at where Urban Myth is there, it's just out of contention, then all of a sudden surges in the closing stages. So that's the horse I want to be with here, but take nothing away from those in front of it. Yeah,
Nako Harley, he actually claims 3 kilos off the horse as well. Yeah, I like Neighbourhood in the race. Look, his sectionals were the best 600, 400 and 200. Look, he's one of those horses, he likes Te Rapa now. Warren Kennedy's on this week. I think that's a form race you want to be looking at.
Well, I think they're all pretty good. Neighbourhood is the one that really stood out to me. Look, they had to go back from a wide draw. The most recent start, Te Rapa, when drawn out in 13, so they went back. They won't have to. The horse can actually jump and put itself somewhere there from 6 on Saturday. Should get a nice spot under Warren Kennedy, and sectionally looks a winner at short notice to me, and yeah, it'll be my top selection. But there are other players here, clearly. Cindy Falls, one of those for John Miller. Beat home Sir Sterling this day, who I think is a really nice horse in the making as well, Sir Sterling. I know he doesn't win out of turn, but look, this was a pretty good performance. But gee, John Miller can get them to get out wide, Leith, and really fly his horses.
Oh, and the money come for it as well. It was a big mover on the day, and look, Sam gets on really good with Cindy Falls as well. And Sir Sterling was a little bit unlucky, couldn't quite get a roll on from the top of the straight, and he had top weight as well. So it's a very even field, but yeah, Cindy Falls, she's going well.
Yeah, there's a few cross references in form too, isn't there? Sir Sterling was good, and like you say, just hit traffic at probably a crucial stage. But yeah, take nothing away from the winner, who was really good that day. Another horse to sort of focus in on here is Martell, and we'll get another line here through Neighbourhood, who's pretty soundly beaten, and then comes out and runs that second place, and we saw in the first video. So you're seeing that it's a really good win here from Martell. Sticks to the speed. Horse on its inside is the runner-up there, La Dolce Vida, and yeah, Neighbourhood did improve out of this run, but it also says that these first two are no mugs, Leith.
No, exactly. You can throw a dart at them and just pick a winner out of the race, like Jessica Allen. She claims the 3 kilos as well, and she rode him really well last start. So it's got credentials. maybe box top 4 or something. Might be big odds in this race.
Oh, I just think the track condition played a fair part at Matter. They did run around about a second faster when at Te Rapa. I think if it gets into that heavy range, then Neighbourhood really won't like it overly well, but if we can stay just reasonable, and Te Rapa generally is one of the better draining tracks in the country, I think it'll be okay, especially from a decent gate with Warren Kennedy aboard. But I do take your point that Martel was very, very good on that occasion, and they were well clear of a Neighbourhood on that day. I just think there might be a flick back in form if we can get a reasonable sort of track there, and it will be my top selection. I'm going with Neighbourhood for the O'Sullivan and Scott team, who are absolutely fair dinkum flying at the present moment. Warren Kennedy, of course, the leader in the Jock Prem.
Yeah, obviously a number of chances. It's a real even race. I just like what I saw Neighbourhood this last section. It was really good. The 600, 400, 200 fast of the race. He's gone up half a kilo to 57, but I think Warren Kennedy, he'll get him to the centre of the track on Saturday, and I think he'll be going very close.
No, I was with Urban Myth last time. I'm not going to get off. I'm going to just stick loyal. Might be getting it wrong, but at $12, I think definitely worth the play. I like what I saw at the end of that race. Interesting runner in this race is up the top of the book, Maceto. This horse ran third in a Group 1 Tarzino earlier in his career. I did see him at the jumping trials at Cambridge on Monday. He jumped the first fence and then took off. Hamish McNeil took him out of that jumping trial after that. He's in big order, but we know the class is there, so he's an interesting runner in the race. But
sounds like he might be feeling fresh. I can tell you one thing, listening to the boys in that race, I'm glad it's a bonus back affair, because you might need one. The whole meeting out of Te Rapa is a bonus back opportunity in each and every race. If you don't find the winner, but you finish second, third or fourth, you can have a bonus back coming your way in bonus cash. And the meeting from Te Rapa gets underway at 12:20, trackside 1 Saturday. The Queensland Carnival continues. This weekend we look forward to the Doomben 10,000. It's race number 8 on the card, and it is headed by the Waikato stud Chance and I Wish I Win at $1.95, Espiona at $5.50 in the market, and then you do have Bella Nipotina at around that $7 quote. To take you back to one of the key race lead-ins, and it's the Group 1 TJ Smith, where obviously Chain of Lightning wins this Aiden, but some really nice runs in behind, including from the favourite.
Oh yeah, just a super run from I Wish I Win. We know how good this horse is. We know what he was doing last preparation, and that crucial decision to keep James McDonald on. Boy, it's been a talking point with Luke Nolan's wife Alicia taking to social media to express their dismay. However, James McDonald's the best in the world, and you keep him on, and you know how much improvements in this horse. Some good runs around him, Leith, but boy, he was good.
He was good. Like you said, there was, was Luke Nolan even off the ride? Probably not. James might have had a condition. He rides him first up and rides him second up, but pretty hard to take the best jockey in the world off. He did nothing wrong on the horse. The horse had a heavy 8 track, fresh up, so I think there's a little bit of improvement out of the race as well.
It's a great race, isn't it? Of course, at the TJ, and now we're going to another district, and you're getting a race like this lining up. I thought Chain of Lightning was fantastic. It was a great ride. But I Wish I Win was just fantastic, making a good strong ground late. This is the all-aged, and Private Eye running 3rd, Chain of Lightning 6th, Espiona here into 7th. It's just a really strong pool of horses, Leith. They are top-line sprinters, and I think when we've got Imperatriz no longer, and I Wish I Win, right in the mix around these Private Eyes, Chain of Lightnings, Bella Nipotinas, it's just positive for our industry. And they're a good bunch of sprinting horses, these.
Yeah, they are. It was good to see Private Eye had a bit of form as well. Look, it was a really heavy track. It was testing. Put a line for Espiona's last run there. She's a lot better than that. Nash sticks on Saturday as well. So even though it's only a small field, she's joined the outside gate. She's got to be a top 3 chance.
I totally agree, Leith. I really do. That's it just wasn't her conditions at all, the Espiona, and she was so unlucky to start before. She could well have been winning, what was one of the hot races of the carnival. So of that race, she'd be the one I just think can be the big improver into this. Whether she's capable of beating I Wish I Win, I'm not too sure. Let's take you to Perth for a horse who's got I Wish I Win form. This being Bella Nipotina, who did run second in the TJ Smith splitting Chain of Lightning and I Wish I Win, has gone on to Perth and run a pretty meritorious 4th in the Quokka. Craig Williams doing the riding for Kira Maher. How'd you rate this one, Leith?
Yeah, look, she's done a bit of travelling. She's gone to Sydney, Perth, back to Melbourne, now back to Brisbane. Certainly wouldn't be doubting Kira Ma's training ability, but like she has had a few hard runs as well. So I'm just a little bit I can't find a top 3 place for her this week.
I quite like her. I think she's value in the race. She's tough, and she's been in around the best of the best, and maybe unlucky not to have picked one up this season, Bella Nipatina. But look, I wore my I Wish I Win Everest jacket in today, so I'm not going to jump away from the Kiwi connection. I think I Wish I Win. Look, you don't know about $1.60 or whatever we were shopping there. That is very, very short around the best pool of sprinters around, but he is one of the very best in the land.
Yeah, I'm happy with the $1.95, Bevan. The gate one's a little bit tricky, but you got J Mac on. He's worth 2 lengths in a race, especially in a Group 1 race. So I think he's a good bet on Saturday, and I'll be there at the races cheering him on.
Geez, yeah, Bella Nipatina's nearly travelled as much as what you have this year, Leith, too. But no, we're going to have I Wish I Win on top as well. And like Bevan, funnily enough, I want my I Wish I Win jacket to work today. So maybe it's a sign, Pip.
I certainly could be with the Kiwi connection in the 10,000. And again, the Super Saturday bonus back is across all races out of Flemington and Doomben as well. So get involved with all of the action across the Tasman, and good luck to all the Kiwis competing across there as well this weekend. Time to find you some best bets for the weekend. We'll start with Leith Innes. Who's your best?
My best is I'm going to go to Rapa race 4, Bargio. Geez, he got put up through the rail the other day. I don't know what happened halfway down the straight. A little bit of interference, and he's bounced 3 or 4 times. The best thing, it wouldn't have been the winner, but he would have run a clear second. Just past the post, he was nearly in front. So you get Opie Bossum on this week. I think he's a great bet at $6.
For all the reason was spoken about earlier here on the form, I think Islington Lass is a great, great bet on Saturday. And the feature on the program, 53 kilos, Malcolm McNabb. Great fresh up, great second up. I think Islington Lass is a winner. And isn't it funny, A-Rod? You and I get a jacket, Leith gets a trip over to watch I Wish I Win go round. We really know where the order of merit sits around at the present time.
I'm not going to say too much because obviously I've had a couple of trips to I Wish I Win as well, Bevan, so I'll just keep that one quiet. I saw the bets coming in this week and I saw Pip picking out one of her trackers, so I thought I'll go with my tracker too from a couple of weeks ago, Pokuru Gold, who was a winner on debut, a horse who was very good at the trials, so I'm going to go to Pokuru Gold in the first. But you had this horse as a tracker, your best bet too, didn't you?
I certainly did, and I thought, why not stick with him? I thought it was a really good run. Obviously, probably could have won last start. Now has Opie Bossum aboard as well in race number 3. A little bit of a query if the track gets too heavy, but it's early enough in the day that I'm happy to throw him out as the best. So there's a summary of our best bets. Make sure you note them down, and hopefully we've found you the winners for the weekend. And that does complete our show once again. Thanks to Aidan, Bevan and Leith. Enjoy your weekend. Good luck to the Kiwis competing here and across the Tasman. We'll catch you back next week.